Hello, this is Mr. Frank, and welcome to Finding and Interpreting Slopes of Lines. We're going to hit the slopes today. Check it out. This guy's skiing down a slope. This guy's climbing up this pyramid type thing. This lady's walking up a hill, and this guy looks like he's boarding down a desert mountain or something. I don't know. Someone tell me what they think this is. That'll be pretty cool. All right, so we're going to talk about slope today. Lots of different words to talk about slope. We might say incline or downgrade or angle or tilt or inclination, rise over run, steepness, pitch, grade, decline, incline. You guys have heard a lot of these. They all talk about slope. So here's the definition for slope, and then we're going to experience what it means. But the slope of a line is a ratio of the change in y, which is the rise, to the change in x, which is the run. And if you're not sure what this means, you're going to learn pretty quickly, all right? But you might have heard the expression rise over run, right there, rise over run. That might be pretty familiar. If not, it will be after today. So let's take a look at this dude here on the pyramid thing, all right? He's there. Hey, that's an arrow that shows the slope of the pyramid, at least that side of the pyramid. And then, well, let's put a coordinate grid on top of it. And we can now measure the slope of this line. But before we do that, let's go to my favorite place, New York. Here is a map of Manhattan. And the reason I want to show you Manhattan is because if you are in one place in Manhattan, let's say you're at 10th Avenue and 42nd Street, and you want to go all the way to, let's say, 3rd Avenue and, I don't know, 54th Street right here. You can't just go diagonally. All the streets, it's a grid. It's like a coordinate grid. You have to go up the avenues and across the streets to get to your place. So you have to go up and across if you're in New York City, if you're walking around. Now, the only time you can go diagonally, like Broadway here, it curves a little bit, right? Central Park, you can walk on the grass, but other parts, there's no grass. You gotta and you can't walk through a building unless you're like some superhero. So you got to go up and across. And that's what we're going to do with slope. We're going to go up and across to figure out the slope. So here are 2 points on this line. So to figure out the slope, I'm going to go up or my rise. Up is the same as rise, right? Rise goes up, up. So my rise is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. And my run is what we call moving over to the right. My run is 1 space. And as we talked earlier, my slope is rise over run. My slope is rise over run. So 4 over 1, and we could simplify that to just be 4. So my slope of this pyramid is 4. Now let's check out this grass here. All right, let's put an arrow there on the slope, and let's put a coordinate grid there, and let's grab 2 points. So we have to do rise, right? We have to go up and down first. So let's go up first. My rise, that's just 1 spot. And my run here, if I count, 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. So rise over run. We always put rise on top. That would be 1 over 4. That would be my slope. So my slope is 1/4. And check this out. These are both positive slopes. Notice the one with the bigger number, it's a bigger slope, right? But they're both positive. They're both going up to the right. That makes them a positive slope. We'll learn a little bit more about that soon. Now let's check out this skier. That's the slope of the hill. Let's put it on a coordinate grid. We've got 2 points here. Now let's do rise. But wait, rise is going down. What do we do if rise goes down? Well, what we do is just use a negative number. So it'll be -3 because it's going down, and my run is still going to the right. So going to the right is positive, and I'm going 5 spaces to the right, so my slope is rise over run, which is -3 over 5. And now check out this guy going down this desert mountain, right? I grab 2 points. My rise is -3 because I'm going down, and my run is 6. I can move over 6. My rise over run is -3 over 6, but that's not simplified. We need to simplify this to -1/2. So check out these 2 slopes. They're both negative, and they're going down and to the right. So positive goes up and to the right. Negative goes down and to the right. So a little vocabulary, the ratio of the vertical change or the rise to the horizontal change between any 2 points is the slope. And we can just say the change in y over the change in x, or I just like to say rise over run. That's sort of an easy way to do it. We're going to get to this formula soon, so don't worry about it now. We'll get to it in a couple of minutes. And what you should just see here is a positive slope goes up and to the right, a negative slope goes down to the right, a zero slope is a horizontal line, and a slope with a line with an undefined slope is a vertical line that goes straight up and down. So let's find the slope of these 2 lines. Right? I gave you 2 points, those black dots. I gave you actually more than 2 points. I gave you 4 points. Let's choose 2 of them. And we'll take our rise here. We're going to go from the bottom point all the way to the top point. And our rise is 14. And our run is 7. So what I did here is I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then my run I counted 7. So rise over run 14 over 7, which would be 2, because I would simplify that. All right, your turn. Find the slope of this line on the right, and then come on back. All right, let's see how you did. Hopefully you got it right. Let's figure out your rise over run. You could have chosen any of the 4 points, and we'll get the same answer. Now, I chose this here, and I got a rise of negative 12 because I'm going down, and my run is 12 because I'm going to the right. So negative 12 over 12 would be negative 1. Now, what I also could have done here, instead of counting all of this, I could have subtracted my y values. So when I have this little 2 here, y2, it means the second point. So let's make this, we can make this the second point and this the first point, or the other way around. It doesn't matter. You just have to be consistent. So you can figure out the slope. If you don't have a graph or you don't feel like counting, you can subtract your y values. So I could have let's do 9. Let's make this my second point. So 9 minus negative 3 would be 12. And then negative 3 minus 9 would be negative 12. And if I put those 2 fractions together, those 2 numbers together in a fraction, I would get negative 1. We're going to get some more practice with finding the slope of lines. And we're going to use this formula, y2 minus y1. I want to give you something that will make this so much easier. Whenever you need to find the slope of 2 points, make a box like this. And here's what I did. I have x and y, and I have point 1 and point 2. And I made this point 1. You could choose any one. It doesn't matter which is point 1. So I have negative 2, negative 2, and I have 6, 4. And now I can use this formula here. So y2 is y here and point 2. So y2 is 4 minus y1. y1 is negative 2. x2 is right here, x and point 2, 6 minus another negative 2. And then I just have to do the math. 4 minus negative 2 is 6. 6 minus negative 2 is 8. And that simplifies to 3/4. All right, so now we got to get rise over run. There's my formula again. Make this box. You see, I just put the points in here. 3, 1, and negative 2, 2. And I do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And I would get negative 1/5. All right, you are going to do some of this. I helped you with that box first. So I made that first box for you, but you got to make that box for the second one. So pause and do these 2, and then come on back. All right, let's see how you did. So you should have done y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This is what it would look like. And you should have gotten negative 3 over negative 1, which simplifies to 3. And if you and for the second one, here is the box you should have gotten. And we have negative 4 minus 6 over 5 minus 0. Negative 4, my y2 minus 6, 5 minus 0. I get negative 10 over 5. We need to simplify that to negative 2. And I hope you did well on that. If not, rewind and watch the last couple of slides over. All right, now on your own, I want you to find the slope of the line passing through these points. I've given you the formula to help you out, and here's a box that I want you to fill out, a grid I want you to fill out to get this done. So pause here, bring this back to class tomorrow, and I look forward to seeing what you did. All right, so to end things, please capture what you learned or were reminded of and questions you have and what they are. Hope you enjoyed the slopes today, dreaming about skiing. Have a great day and see you in school.